Welcome to Hangman Tarot. We're going to get started here in just a minute. But first, I want you to go hit subscribe to Hangman Tarot. When you do this, you're going to click the bell. As soon as you click that bell button, you're going to receive all my notifications here at Hangman Tarot, as well as any lives, uploads, future readings. You will get them. You will be notified. I do about up to 10. It can be up to 10 uploads a week. So if this is something that interests you, please go ahead and click that bell. Otherwise, please share, like, and follow on all of your social media, as well as check out my social media in the description box. And along with all of the other things in the description box, all of the information and the facts and astrology information about the celebs that we are doing a reading on, all of the references are going to be stated in the information. So that way you can go check those out if you would like to. Otherwise, I'm just going to kind of go over it real short in the beginning here. And if you want to know more about that celebrity, please go check that out, okay? And again, there will be a video at the end of this reading, so click on that to go check that out. Hangman Tarot, and my name is Jordan, and I am Hangman Tarot. We're going to get started. All right, we are doing Britney Spears, the Miss Brittney. We are doing, well, that looks dorky. We are doing Britney Spears and Sam. I can't say his last name very well, but I'm going to try not and butcher it. This was a request from Michelle Lavato. So thank you, Michelle, for your request and subscribing to Hangman Tarot. Let's get started on their reading. I'm going to just go over their birth charts. Let's see. I think this Britney Spears. Okay, so Sam was born March 23rd, 1994. He is a fitness instructor, a print and fitness commercial model, and he's appeared in the cover of Muscle and Fitness magazine, obviously. Have you seen his body? He also is, alongside Britney Spears in most of the photos. That is her fiance. His sun sign is Pisces, his moon sign is Sagittarius, and his Venus sign is Pisces. Sagittarius, okay. Britney Spears was born December 2nd, 1981, and she's an American recording artist. She's a singer, actress, you name it. She's been doing it. She has made over 58 million and topped the list in 2002 for highest paid female musician. And again, those are all going to be referenced. So if you want to go check any of that information out, it will be in the description box. She is sun sign Sagittarius, moon sign Aquarius, and Venus Capricorn. Alrighty, we're going to get started. So with Britney Spears comes the issues with her kind of being held prisoner, really, for years and years. 13 years of a conservatorship with her father, who she was just released legally, court, maybe not spiritually or soul-wise, but she has been unbound by this angry little man. But she has a good-looking fitness instructor alongside of her. So she does have Sam next to her, and that is her fiance. And there's a lot of questions about Sam as far as, is he involved? Is he involved for the right reasons? Is he involved heart-wise? Is he involved just for the financials, the money, the gain? Some people are kind of interested in knowing what's going on with the two of them. So we're going to find out just currently where they are, state of mind as far as their love relationship goes. Any immediate concerns that might come up for the both of them, and any obstacles that they might be facing that might be, coming up on them, and kind of some things that we want to know about that. Okay. And anything that is in the past, of course, whatever comes up, any circumstances, and just anything surrounding that, as well as a likely outcome or future movement, future energy. All right. Okay. All right, we're going to get started. Okay. That's her. She's an Aquarius. Okay, so first and foremost, let's go over current state of mind. So for each of them, Nine of Wands, that is in an upright position. We also have our Empress, honey. Empress is in reverse. So currently he's feeling like this is not a great time to give up in this relationship in general. There's a lot of difficulties that surround him, but it's almost like the motivation is in the difficulties for him. So that sounds like such a cliche, such a cheeseball thing to say. I'm a yoga teacher, so I understand the cliches or the cheesy things we say. But they definitely are always so true at the same time. So it's just such a fitness instructor thing to say. So in motivation, there is a lot of difficulties around him, but again, the motivation comes from that or around that to be within that. He feels like this could get to a place of accomplishment or completion, hopefully. But it is a final push or a final round, or, I'm not giving up. So this is probably something that he's been fighting for a very long time as far as this relationship goes. Okay. I don't like that. Okay, so for her, currently, she's just thinking about being a mom. That's just where she's at. Her focus on herself is very much there, but there's a block, and that's a creative block for her. And this block could come in any way that you might ask for it to come in. We don't really know how blocks happen. A lot of it is to do with emotional suppression or repression of even knowing that things are going on, trauma, all sorts of things can create a block. Even like just you not talking to your spouse or you not talking to someone you have a relationship with. It can cause somewhat of a block emotionally because you're not dealing with things and allowing those things to kind of flow through you. She does still have that dependence on others, so that, within that currently there's still that dependence, and her dependence might be pretty large within and on him. Okay. And the growth and the change for some reason is lagging a little bit, but it's almost like there's some body issues here too. But the mom thing is definitely something that is on her mind, and that is something that she's focusing on. Anything that is immediate concern that might come up for Sam is he feels kind of stuck. That's a huge concern, is being uncomfortable or stuck in a relationship or in a position in his situation. He's definitely feeling like there might not be any ways out here, which doesn't make us excited about that. No, it don't. Yeah. And he's uncomfortable with it. So there's like an uncomfortable situation always when you're stuck in it. There's always discomfort there. This is supposed to be a relationship, and it's supposed to have cooperation and flow and a back and forth balance, ebb and flow. But it's like, if he were to look honestly at the situation, the obstacle of feeling stuck for him, that's a thing. And he feels like there would be no way out of it. Okay. Okay. Death card in reverse. So a current or immediate concerns, anything going on as far as this relationship or her, Britney Spears, the obstacle is personal change. Okay. So there's a resistance to change, and that might not be in her hands. That could be totally something that she's doing for herself, but I don't think that it is, because she seems to want to change and move. And she's a Sagittarius. She's a creature moving into experience after experience, trying to get out, of that box or the prison or those bars. But the relationship is something that lacks cooperation over here also. So again, this is coming up, just confirming the last reading I did. There's an issue and something where he feels like he can't get out of. He feels uncomfortable because he's kind of stuck. And so that's an obstacle that he's dealing with. And as far as her starting over or embracing, the entire relationship with open arms, that's kind of an issue for her, because there is a resistance to change. There's a resistance naturally for it to move forward. And I don't know what that means. They better have a baby for Christmas. I'll tell you what, I know a little Brittney and Sam baby would be cute. It would be the most beautiful baby in the world, besides Brad and Angelina's baby, because they had beautiful babies. I think every baby's beautiful, but there's just some that really get blessed with genetics. So, so the personal change and stuff, she's open to changing those things. She's open to getting into a place where she can change those things, especially in the resistance. The resistance is a huge obstacle for the both of them. And it's coming on her end though. Resistance is like, poison. Definitely a little bit poison. All right. All right. Let's find out a little more about that obstacle and that issue. Okay. Ugh. Ugh. I don't like it. Okay, so some things that are surrounding this stuck feeling is there's some depression probably that he's dealing with, um, but lacking substance, meaning lacking the ability to go out into the real world yourself and deal with the real world because you have nothing behind you, or you lack, the credentials or whatever it is to be where you're stuck. Where you're stuck is where you want to be, and that's why you're still there, but he doesn't want to be there because he's uncomfortable. But he's it's just kind of stating some of the facts around that issue is the fact that he doesn't have credentials, he doesn't have a certain amount of substance, and it would be unrealistic for him to think that if he left the situation that he would still be hanging out in the remnants of where he's stuck. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to try and be a little more clear with with the information here. It's just sometimes hard because it comes out intuitively as well as I'm pulling from things that I know. Let's find out on her end. Okay, so the resistance to change again is there's a lot of erraticness, emotionally erratic, lack of confidence. There's a lot of things here stating why she does what she does. There's no stability. There's no like ideal Britney Spears, like because we see Britney Spears as Britney Spears, but she's just Britney. I mean, that's just who she is. But the goals that she has set are all kind of behind her. So she's kind of lacking focus. There's just like an erratic. When I think about it, I'm just like almost like I'm getting a migraine kind of feeling. Just you see tracers. I just feel very erratic even talking about her cards. Yeah, so having goals behind her really gets her off task though and gets her unfocused for sure. But being erratic emotionally is the worst case scenario because again, that's putting you in a place of no personal change, no growth, no continuing to move forward or resistance. All right, let's find out some things that are fading into the past. I don't know. We'll find out, won't we? Hopefully. Hopefully. All right. Okay. So again, this baby stuff, there was in the past, this is something to do with, there was a baby here, or a wish for this baby. And it was almost like she wanted to just leave behind the adult responsibility or the responsibility that was put onto her plate. She definitely wanted to leave that behind and have babies. And she was very sure about it. Like that was just what it was. But that was in the past. That is something that she definitely felt like she would have had to. It's almost like it was embedded into her mind that if she were to have had a baby, she would have left behind everything that she was responsible for, or that was just something that was put there as like kind of like a scare tactic, if you will. Okay, so something fading on his side is the fact that he is a peacemaker, that he's a fair person, he's usually a good listener. Those are some things that are kind of fading into the past again, because bringing into all these things about, looking into an unrealistic ahead of you, it's like you do feel stuck. You're going to get into a place where you're not listening anymore. You really don't give a shit. You're not fair. I'm not going to be okay here. Eventually, this is going to fall flat. I mean, I just don't have a very good feeling about that, but whatever. Here's some things that are upcoming. So ahead in the next month or so for Britney Spears and Sam. Okay, this resistance to change is really creating some decrease with money. It's going to decrease in breaking any cycles, habits, things like that. But that resistance to change is it's a really big deal. Because personal change for the both of them, I believe for him is super important and her also. But if you get into a certain mind frame where you feel stuck or you feel like, I just want to do this, this, and this, I'm not focused, I'm emotional, I'm erratic, you get into those places, you're going to definitely be in a place where you can't continue to change. Okay. And this is definitely going to risk her mental health. It's going to risk, that spiritual from leveling up for her. Ugh. And it's looking like it could even create some issues that kind of cause trouble for her. Now, this could just be in general or just taking, any kind of risks that create problems that the public would see, or police or legality stuff, like anything like that. But it's very childlike. It wouldn't be done because she wants to be a bad person. It would just be done because it's very childlike. It's very naive. Okay. So bottom line with this is what surrounds all of this is the mere fact that there's the issue with the person in this relationship. There's an issue within the relationship with one person or the other, or both of them combined, or however that looks. But the celebration or the joy of this relationship was in the beginning, and it's not going to continue. It's not going to continue. And it's just the mere fact that she's not able to trust anybody. Anybody. Even her closest circle around her. This woman can't trust anybody. There's issues with everybody, but mainly in this relationship, there's an issue with the other person. We will find out. Thus far, yeah, because this is just in the next month that I'm kind of talking. We're going to find out likely outcome. 20. Yeah, fire. Okay, so it is talking about by the end of, because I'm going into January. So we're going to the end of January. So we're talking 20. I'm like, oh, what year is it? 2022. Okay, so we're talking by the end of January. They're going to be in a place where clarifying any needs or sense of direction or sense of, fulfillment is going to cause a lot of control, unbalanced control stuff. Okay. So there is going to be a controlling situation here, and there's going to be a lot of greed in it and a lot of jealousy in it. And the deception is definitely going to take this into a place of loneliness and just kind of feeling unworthy. So she is going to feel as if, she's going to be deprived, because at some point this other person could cut off the emotional and the soul support that she needs. Okay. And when you have lack of anything in the relationship stuff, it's definitely going to feel like stuff's missing. It's definitely going to put you in a place where you feel deprived and you feel lonely and sad and unworthy, like you don't belong or you don't deserve it. But what I'm saying is they're going to be in a really weird place internally on the inside, things that we're not going to be able to see. Okay, is that this is going to happen, but we're not going to be seeing it. So again, these cards are just indicating energy wise where we're at and just feeling into the ending of January. And so just be aware and heads up, because it probably it's going to be bleak. It's going to be gross when we see her broken up with. It's going to suck because Britney Spears, we're like cheering for her, but we also don't want her deprived emotionally or spiritually either. Oh, thank you. You are not bothering me, honey. I love it. It'll probably end there soon after, but I'm just telling you now, I really feel like she's trying to hold on to this connection. I think the baby thing is more important to her than anything, but this woman could literally go get a baby implanted in her. But listen, I have been around a gentleman whom I thought otherwise, and you kind of hold on to the idea that they'll change or that they'll come back to whoever they pretended to be. Okay. So it's just like the worst fucking feeling ever, especially when he's pretending, to be fair and good and a peacemaker and this and that. And I'm happy and I'm nice. I'm going to communicate and connect with you. But he's going to start pulling away all of these support things that he gave her, and she's going to feel devastated. I mean, I would assume I'll pull one last card, but I don't see the split yet. I do, however, see why they would split up. Yeah. It's just kind of her keeping, some sort of it's just a lot of courage to get into this place. It's a lot of courage to keep, striving for some sort of passion in this relationship. And it's almost like, when does the compassion come in though? It's like she thinks that she would be able to persuade him. But it's like, that's not in him. Like, y'all, when you're all thinking he's a douche, like, you are listening to your gut. He's a douche. Like, I mean, his photos, his body language, your gut intuition, like, yeah, if it looks like a douche, it smells like a douche, and it walks like a douche, he's a douche. I'm just saying. I just say. Okay. Okay, now this is talking about moving forward. So I really feel like that they're going to be in Splitsville here soon. So by the end of January 2022, they're going to be in a place where he is detached completely and she feels lonely. That could otherwise mean that she is alone. But again, I'm not sure, and I'm not going to say that if that's what that is. But I just have this weird gut feeling that, yes, that's what that means. But can I say anything after January? I kind of feel like she's going to be fully welcoming something different. And she's almost into a place where she could get everything that she wants, like be fulfilled completely emotionally, whether or not that's doing it herself or, finding another person and having a baby. Who knows? Okay, so I think he thought this was going to be easier than it is. I mean, she's not going to be easy. It's almost like, because people are like, free Britney, but she literally has mental illness. She's like, there's stuff going on there that we're unaware of, or we're aware of, and we pretend like, it was just, the conservatorship trying to keep her there. I really think that she does have some mental illness because she does get manic and she does act off. There's some signs there, and that's not to say that in a bad way. That's just what it is, unfortunately. And we all struggle with mental illness within us or around us. However you look at it, we struggle with it because we see it all the time. And we have to deal with people, and can you imagine taking care of a loved one who you want to be emotionally and spiritually connected to, but they have a mental illness. And it's, gotten to a point where, because she's free Britney, she gets to kind of be manic and off the wall now. I mean, that's a lot to take. That's a lot to handle. Oh, for sure. She's going to end up in the right place. And this was not all for nothing. I definitely feel that. It, God, it really makes me sad though. I really wish he was the King of Swords. What an ass. I should go beat him up. All right, I gotta get out of here. I gotta go to yoga. I gotta go work out. So please, again, hit subscribe, click that bell, and at the end of this reading, there should be a video popping up soon. If this is an upload you're watching, go ahead and click on that, check that out, and don't forget to go subscribe, share, like, and follow. Also, have a beautiful rest of your evening. I will see you soon.